Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Because it's been a long time indeed. I know. People are gonna be like, yo, Umar, where have you been? Well, I've been kind of ill, not gonna lie. So that's why I didn't really post last week. But I don't think anybody really cares. But I'm back. Don't worry, ladies and people, I'm back. And today we're gonna be talking about the best thing that's happened in a very long while. The UCL Semi-Finals. The UCL Semi-Final has upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Or I would like to call you lot Habibtis and Yahmars, because I'm feeling very religious today. I got the very clothes on. But I'm not going to be talking about religious, don't worry, man. Bun that shit. But what I am going to be talking about is arguably the greatest semi-final we have seen in a very, very long time. Because this semi-final the UCL produced, this 25-26 season, is one of the most weirdest, yet beautiful semi-finals I've ever seen. Because the two sides cannot be more different from one another. You have got PSG versus Bayern that happened last night in the first leg. 5-4. 9 goals in one game. Wow. Let's just take a minute to appreciate the football that we have just witnessed. Because that football was amazing. 5-4. First leg early in the Parc de France. You got two teams, arguably the best 2 teams in the world, with the 2 best attacks in the world, going at each other, going for band, jugador for jugador. And for those of you who don't really know what football is, or saying, hey, I'm your guy, you got Elise, Kane and Diaz, vs Kavicha, Dembele and Doué. Wow. Arguably that is like one of the best front threes we have seen in the last 2 to 3 years. The last few years, this is what these 2 teams, PSG and Bayern, have produced some of the best front threes and some of the best fluid attacking football we've ever seen. Bayern's trio has just hit 100 goals in all comps, but then PSG's trio, they are the most deadly on the counter-attack. And in big games, people like Kavicha just step up and they rinse people. Like, wow. And I just love, and this is why I love this game. I love this game because PSG Bayern was arguably the greatest Champions League match I've ever witnessed. And some of you could say one of the greatest matches of all time. And you know what? That wouldn't be a bad take. That wouldn't be a bad take at all. Because what we witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, was absolute cinema. Absolute peak of perfection. And yes, some people will take away this 9-goal thriller and say there wasn't that much great defense, or could have been better control, or, the keepers didn't do that great. Well, first of all, who cares? Because at the end of the day, I'd rather see a 9-goal thriller than a 0-0 or 1-0 boring game like it has been for the last 2-3 Champions League finals before last year's. And also, I watch Prem every now and then, especially because I'm a, Chelsea fan, of the Chelsea. And, after watching Chelsea and Arsenal and City and United and Liverpool and Spurs from time to time and super often, they have nothing. They've got no way, no legs to stand on compared to the teams of PSG, Bayern, Barcelona, where that football is just a gazillion times better to watch. And I've always been a guy who prefers to play football than watch football, but man, do I hate watching the Prem now. Watching the Prem nowadays, especially compared to last night, it's disgusting. The Prem should be ashamed of themselves. The fact that they can't even string a few games like that. I'm not asking for it all the time, but every once in a while wouldn't be that bad. A good enthralling game between the top 6 clubs. But no, because a big 6 clash, it's just boring as fuck. But yes, last night's game was amazing. And if people who say the defense wasn't that good, ask yourself the question, was the defense was really that bad, or was just the attack was just so good? I think it was more of the latter, where the attack was so good that they're just unstoppable. Like, we saw how Neuer played against Real Madrid in the first leg. But that's Real Madrid. This is PSG he came up against, and those attackers are far greater. So you cannot really sit here and say it's Neuer's fault, it's Lima's fault, it's Alphonso Davies' fault. And the funny thing is, 5-4, even though it's a 9-goal thriller, and this is arguably one of the highest scoring games I've ever seen, it could have been more. You could have really taken away with more. It could have been 5-5. PSG had a great chance or two when Dembele scuffed in the first few minutes. Dembele could have got a hat-trick as well. And Elise with that chance as well. More of a great save by Staflovic, or whatever his name is. But it could have been 6-6. It could have even been 6-7. Like, the scoreline was egregious, man. It was insane. But who cares about that? Because at the end of the day, you have well, if you just heard that anthem, you'd understand that today is the Haram Ball Derby. Atletico Madrid versus Arsenal. And after watching a 9-goal thriller last night, the football gods are gonna agree, basically like, it's a bit too much. Why don't we give you a shit match where Atletico Madrid and Arsenal will be arguably one of the most boring, snooze fest, and downright horrible matches to ever watch. And the fact that these two teams have made it to the semi-finals is disgusting. And listen, I'm an Arsenal hater. I hate the fan base. I hate the club. I hate everything about it. But if these men get to the final, la hawla wa la quwwata, astaghfirullah, man. I'm saying this with my heart, with my dopey on as well, bro. That shit is just get out of it. It makes me sick to the stomach. I can't even speak about it to the camera because it hurts. It hurts so much. Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid. This is why I'm saying this is why the Champions League is so beautiful. Because you had one tie where you would have PSG versus Bayern, where two of the greatest giants you've seen in the last 2 years going neck to neck, band for band. And then you've got this news fest that's about to happen today where, you're going to watch Atletico Madrid park the bus, have a 9 back, and play the most haram football ever. And then you're gonna see Arsenal's front three of Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Saka. Oh man, that's actually kind of haram. That's actually less haram. That's actually disgusting to even look at. Man said Saka, Gyökeres, and Martinelli as your front three. Hey, but that's another take for another day. But yes, this is more of just a recap and a re-round of the entire UCL semi-finals. And people are going to say, Umar, what's your predictions if you're such a football connoisseur? Well, I think that, actually, I don't even know how to predict. That's how unpredictable these two legs are. Because the next leg of the Allianz Arena, I don't know, PSG look like the better team, but then it's Bayern at home. And 5-4 isn't that bad. Especially because it was 5-2 at one point. PSG could really, really walked away with a great result. I don't know who's going to win out of that game. But Bayern could take it, PSG could take it, I don't mind. But whoever wins out Bayern versus PSG will go on to win the final. Atletico Madrid are just not strong enough. They don't have the firepower. They don't. And Arsenal, well, I'm praying. I pray to God that Arsenal just don't win. Like, bro, I'm at Tarawih, doing Ramadan. I'm doing extra Isha prayers. At Jummah, I'm praying hard just so Arsenal don't win. Like, bro, I'm actually obsessed. If they win, I'm deleting my YouTube channel. I'm deleting myself from the face of the earth. I'm not existing. I promise you I'm not lying. Like, please, God, no. But yeah, this is the UCL semi-roundups. And I know I've dragged on for a bit. But at the end of the day, this is what we came here. This is what football is all about. And this is why I love this game. And tonight's game, just watch the Haram Ball. It's going to be a snooze fest. And you're going to, after 10 minutes, you're going to quit and realise that the one-piece pacing is actually better than watching Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. Because that shit was straight up haram. But don't worry, next week, Wednesday, is the better match. Where PSG versus Bayern, the second leg, could arguably take their aggregate level to 10-10. And then the final, whoever wins out of PSG Bayern will win the final. I said it before and I said it again. But yeah, thank you for watching MRM episode 4. Just a quick little roundup because, you know, I've been a bit slacking. And also let me know in the comments what your predictions are for the next 2 games. And when the final does come around, if you want me to do a post-match reaction and to have a bit of analysis, just give me a few thumbs up. I'll put a poll down because I'll 100% do it. But remember, just cancel the game. Just cancel the game, man. Just cancel the fucking game.